Hello and welcome to the first ever episode of Stuff.tv, the Gadget Videocast. This is Adam Vaughan, web editor of Stuff magazine.
And this, as you may have guessed, is Tom Dunmore, Stuff's editor-in-chief.
Okay, here's what we've got coming up in this week's show.
We'll be playing with Kodak's new Bluetooth camera, checking out whether Nuvo the robot really is worth £4,000, and having a look at Nokia's new twisty-turny music phone, the 3250.
So first up, we're going to start with Hot Stuff Deathmatch. This is where Adam and I each have a hot product from the week and basically try and convince the other one which is better. So I'm going to start off with this. This is the Kodak EasyShare V610, hot off the press, and it really is an impressive beast. It's got Bluetooth built in for a start, which is really unusual for a digital camera. It means you can wirelessly send your pictures to a PC. And it also has this dual lens design. So you've got one wide angle lens to get those party scenes and a zoom lens, and together it gives you a 10 times zoom. So that's really an impressive zoom quality, especially when you've got 6.1 megapixel pictures. A really, really hot piece of tech. How do you beat that?
Well, I'll take your camera and I'll add to it a phone and a fully fledged MP3 player, and I'll call it the Nokia 3250 because I think that's quite a catchy name.
I like it.
I've got a 2 megapixel camera here, so not quite as big as your big sensor.
Rubbish, in fact, I'd say.
What I've got here though is Nokia's smartphone operating system, which is Series 60, which as anyone's ever bought a top-end Nokia before will know is brilliant. You can add loads of software, it's easy to use, and it just keeps getting better and better as new people add more software. Now, the other thing this has, which I really like, is a fully fledged MP3 player. You can play MP3s, Windows Media, AACs that you've ripped in iTunes, basically pretty much anything as long as you haven't put digital rights management on it.
It's nothing new though, is it, Adam? Let's face it. There's nothing really innovative about the Nokia. This is, as I say, it's got Bluetooth, it's got this dual lens thing, it's got 10 times zoom, and best of all, it's got this really nice action. If I switch it on, it's got a scything little lens cover that disappears from view there. Now, that is proper gadget design.
You think you're James Bond, don't you?
Yeah, kinda.
Well, I'm gonna do my QVC touch now, which is basically the twisty, turny keypad, which is a really nice feature on this Nokia 3250.
Yeah, but listen to that bleep. That's just awesome.
I like the bleep. It's nice and it kind of makes the even though Nokia is a Finnish company, it's kind of Korean. So that's just basically, you twist it round, as well as looking good and a little bit like a Rubik's Cube, it swaps from phone to camera to MP3 player or radio as well. The other thing I think is the killer feature, which is why this beats your Kodak, is I can send the photos straight from here to Flickr, any other photo sharing website.
Nobody sends picture messages, let's face it. Everybody puts them on computers and then does things with pictures. So anyway, we're clearly not going to decide about who's best, but fortunately, we have Bandai's Unazukin.
That's right, let's defer to the judge.
Let's defer to the Stuff Oracle. I will ask the question, is this the best gadget of the week? Oh.
He's shaking his head, Tom. So I think we have a distinct winner. This week's gadget of the week is the Nokia 3250.
Next up, we're getting hands-on with technology. Now, Adam, what have you been putting your hands on this month?
Well, I've been fondling Nuvo, that's Nuvo. He's the latest robot to walk into the Stuff Towers. He's, well, we were hoping the successor to Sony's Aibo, the robot pooch who is now sadly deceased.
Sad.
I mean, our hopes were high because Nuvo actually costs about the price of 3 Aibos. That's a cool £4,000.
£4,000. Now he is on import from Japan for £4,000, but that does seem a ludicrous amount. I hope he's kind of a robot manservant that will bring you drinks or something like that.
Well, he's not really a butler. We're looking more like a security guard here. He can, you can.
A security guard, yeah. Listen, I can see how tall he is. He's not going to be much cop as a security guard.
But you're being narrow-minded about it, Tom. He connects to the internet, you see, so you can. The police will be round. The SWAT team will be round.
Let's get down there and have a look. All right. Imagine how scary this security guard would be. Make him hit me or something.
Okay, well look, you can see he's got quite big cannonballs for fists. So if I just press on the remote control here, then we'll discover that the battery and the remote control is actually flat.
This is really, really impressive. I feel like it's £4,000 that's been really well spent here. Thank you for this. I've got one word for you. RoboSapien. Now, given that Nuvo isn't working, I reckon a death match between the two of these is going to turn out pretty well. Although, I've got to say, my RoboSapien is... Oh! Get in there. RoboSapien can't even walk, and he still managed to beat Nuvo. This is no security guard, and it's £4,000 of, frankly, the worst money you've ever spent on this show. I think that's enough. That's it. It's over.